pay a prostitute so she leaves when we're done, rather than sit here and put a bunch of money into a chick and then taking her out for nice dinners, buying her shit, and you get the same result in the end anyways. You're still paying for pussy.
He's the one.
So you gonna ask me that I go on dates? Is there something wrong with going on dates? I'm a fine bitch. I like to be wined and dined.
It's wrong for a man to pay $60 for sex. But it's okay to make him wait 3 months and spend around $500 and may never get it. So who needs $60?
I'm like not even trying to be like a gold digger type of girl, but it's just, look at me, bro. I am gaining weight day by day. I don't want to go to no more dinner and movie dates. If another person asks me out to dinner, I know something. Y'all me and stay saying, let's go get dinner and a movie. And I respond, hey, you know, I have food at home. Can you just come over here with me? And you could just give me the money that you was going to spend on dinner and a movie. You could just give me that. Oh, I'm not your sugar daddy. Is you tricking? I don't do that. I ain't doing all that. You a gold digger. Sir, you was going to spend $80 on dinner and a movie and you was going to see me. I'm just asking you to give me that money that you was going to spend. You losing the same amount of money and you still get to spend time with me. What is the issue at this point?
Real quick, if you want to know the secret to getting anything you want from your man, ask him for at least one thing every day. I don't care if it's a coffee, ask him to do something for you. Ask him for something. Make him useful. Follow for more.
Hey, but like, I have kids. Like, you're not going to understand.
I mean, I don't got no...
Pockets are like the main thing.
When you meeting a guy?
Kinda, yeah.
But why though? But why pockets though? Like, why not the person? Why is it the pockets?
I mean, you seem nice. I can already tell you were nice. So,
but I just felt
cool.
like that was like kind of disrespectful. But it is what it is.
I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm sorry. I wasn't.
I hear you. Don't be talking me out. But you're very beautiful though.
Thank you.
Are them your eyes?
Yes, they are.
Them contacts. Why you capping? Them is contacts. Don't be lying.
No, they're not contacts.
They're not?
No.
It's the ice with these, the VVs. Okay.
I wish.
Oh.
Maybe you could help with that though.
Maybe I can help with what?
I need some more diamonds.
You need more diamonds.
Yeah. But now that I see you, you know, you could probably buy some diamonds.
Yeah, for me.
Oh. Okay.
I'm just saying though, like, you know, I gotta get to know you and stuff before I just spend the bag, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you got time. I mean, we could walk around if you want.
Walk around. I mean, we is in River Oaks shopping district,
Yeah.
so.
I mean.
But tell me about you a little more though. Like, I just want to know more about you.
What do you want to know? Like,
why you getting an attitude?
I'm not trying to have attitude.
So why you ask me what I want to know? Like, I'm supposed to be trying to get to know you, right?
Okay, obviously I'm a mother.
What can you bring to the table for a man?
A lot of love.
A lot of love? Like,
I have a big heart. I promise. I was not trying to be rude. I have a big heart.
But is you big nasty?
I do got 2 kids.
Ooh, okay. So you saying that thing's flash?
Might get just a little addicted, just a little bit.
I might get addicted?
Just a little bit.
You might get addicted.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm really nasty. I'm really living like that. Like, bend you over, spit in your butt, all that. Like, I'm really living like that.
We'll see about that.
I don't even really think you fuck with me though. Like, I feel like, I don't know, man. I just really feel like offended by all the shit you said to me out there. Like,
I'm sorry. I was not trying to be rude.
What you rate me from 1 to 10?
7.
A 7?
That's not bad.
It's not bad?
No,
you 7. Fuck with me?
Yeah.
If you fuck with me, give me a kiss on my cheek. I don't think you fuck with me.
You know, coronavirus.
I mean, we live in Houston. We already got the corona. We already got the corona.
Oh, you don't stop, do you?
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, we already got coronavirus, basically.
I give you props. Because I play hard to get. You're doing pretty good.
What you mean I'm doing pretty good, though? What that mean?
We should have dinner or something.
Have dinner?
Yeah.
Okay. Like,
I mean, there's some places around here.
Oh, no, I would never go no place over here, ever.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't even...
Well, I mean, we could walk around and talk.
Women don't like men who don't pay bills. You are a man. You are not a boy. Grown men pay bills.
Every time I hear men say shit like, all women want is money, I automatically just think like, okay, so if you find out I don't have a coochie, do you still want to date me? Oh, okay.
Do men normally, would you agree that 2 out of 5 men
I knew that was coming up. Yeah.
are tricks?
2 out of 5, about 2 out of 5. That's the number.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
I'm gonna say
2
3 out of 5 on this one.
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
The 0.5, he want a trick, but he can't afford it.
Yeah.
He can't afford it.
It's a
For
lot of guys.
real.
It's a lot of guys that watch
Because
this.
soon as guys
that
get
watch
money,
this podcast.
Yeah.
They want to, but
Soon
they
as
can't.
guys get money, they want to trick. Dudes like, I ain't no trick. Men want to trick. Men want to be tricked.
Why do men do this? Let me ask this, because this is my pet peeve with y'all. Men call women gold diggers, right? For only dating for money, for laying with men. But as soon as a man gets a piece of money, he starts going after women that would not give him
And you
a
said
second
it right.
look.
Just a piece. He only got to have a whole bunch. As soon as he get
wouldn't
a
give him a
piece.
second look if he was broke. For example, Officer Ricky Ross.
Pro tip: pussy is never free. You may think it's free, but in actuality, there is always an exchange. Whether you spend time or money, you are gonna spend. Whether you pay with money or attention, you are gonna pay. When you think about it, the only real difference between a girlfriend or a wife and a prostitute is a prostitute's price is set. Even in nature, male animals give female animals gifts and homes and territories in exchange for the right to reproduce. This is the way nature works. This is also the root of hypergamy. Women are programmed, whether they're human or animal, to seek out the strongest, most successful, most affluent male to procreate with. You might as well accept it now. Pussy is never free. Follow, like, comment, and share.
You know what? I don't know about y'all, but I'm really to the point where I'm sick of motherfuckers looking at me for free. I don't even want to upload pics on my motherfucking Instagram or none of my social media sites no more because y'all motherfucking double tapping and liking shit, but my Cash App ain't lighting up. Stop looking at me for free. I'm not oh, she pretty as hell. This pretty shit costs money. This pretty shit is maintenance. This cute little shit, maintenance. This shit costs cheese, right? This little shit costs cheese. These little mink shit costs money. Nigga, this little foundation, this shit that I got on, money. I ain't got on no fucking nails, but that's give or take $150 right there. Nigga, this little jewelry, the outfit costs money. Stop looking at me for fucking free. It's always, I need you. You so beautiful, you so beautiful. But not, damn, you so pretty. How much money you need today? Damn. I need some money. The fuck I'ma do with 200? The fuck not clicking in your head? Cash at me right now.
If you want to see what it's like as a Houston stripper, it's like this.
Y'all niggas better start inboxing these chicks like how much? Cause that hey beautiful, hey queen, grand rising, all that shit ain't fucking working. Hello? Let's get straight to the point. You got that $40.
So you want to be a pimp, huh? Well, the days of making felony money off of misdemeanor crime is long over with. Nowadays, pimping is considered human trafficking. What is human trafficking, you may ask? Human trafficking, plain and simple, is modern-day slavery by force, fraud, coercion, or manipulation for the purpose of exploiting the vulnerable to gain free labor. And the war on human trafficking is fought by Homeland Security along with local, state, and federal authorities, including the FBI. Currently, the American mainstream media has made the black man the face of modern-day human trafficking, making him public enemy number one. Therefore, the current punishments for human trafficking has been far more severe than any other crime to date. In 2017, you can literally get less time for murder than you can for human trafficking. Let that digest for a minute. Now, do you still want to be a pimp? If so, I've compiled a list of outcomes for some guys who chose the same career path. These are just 10 examples of 10 pimps convicted on.
Every time I hear men say shit like all women want is money, I automatically just think like, okay, so if you find out I don't have a coochie, do you still want to date me? Oh, okay.
What is something you used to strongly believe in that you no longer believe in at all?
Loving men for who they are and not what they bring to the table. I don't do that anymore. Don't do it either. Don't do it.
Date within your league. Guys will hit me up in my DM and be like, yo, put me on with her. Put you on with her. This girl's rent is $8,000 a month. Her bills, her business, her whole lifestyle. She's a boss. You already know that You're telling me to put you on with somebody that put you on with someone that you can't even, you gotta at least match.
Ladies, if you want a man with money, this is where you go. Poker, high stakes room. That's where all the millionaires are.
Don't get it twisted. The only reason why a dude gotta have money to mess with me is because of it. It's paid, baby. It's paid. In real life.
I'm not taking you on no date spending my hard working money to converse with you over some food.
You would not feel like it's a waste of time if you knew how to communicate. That's the problem. Meet a woman, have no idea on how to communicate effectively, and then get upset when you go to a dinner, spend your hard-earned money, and find out during dinner that you're not compatible with this person. Why? Because you didn't take the time to communicate. Now, see, somebody like me, I'm not about to get out of my bed for a free meal. Food is at home. Home-cooked meal, that is. And so is my bed. I'm not about to waste my good outfit, my makeup, and my gas. Break bread with a man that I possibly may not like. We're going to have a conversation over the phone. I'm going to see how effective you are in communication first, and then I go out on the date with you. And it ain't going to be no coffee date either. I only drink fraps, eat banana bread while running my errands during the week. And the main ones asking for meow meow are the ones that want to wine and dine you. The cold pop, $1 hot dog from 7-Eleven.
Alright, look.
Y'all listen to this.
Would you ever leave me for someone that make more money than me?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I?
I love
You make
it.
nothing right now. You dead us make nothing right now. You can't buy me shit.
Come on.
Why would I not?
Ooh.
Why would I not?
Come on, sir.
Ask yourself that.
Ask yourself.
Why would I not?
Right.
Someone that could pay for my nails, someone that could pay for my lashes, someone that could pay for my hair to get done.
But you laying there with him. And you still laying there.
Why would I not?
Girl.
To nice restaurants. When do you do that? You don't. You literally don't.
Wow.
So, like, that's a stupid question. We should have
Stupid. And you stupid for laying there with him. Watch this. Watch.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. Good.
Okay, so let me help you out. Instead of saying this, how about this? Don't say this. How about this? Not this, but this. And no more of this, but this. Thank me later.
You know what's funny? All the guys saying, oh, well, now it's transactional. You know, you're putting yourself out there. Guess what? Yes, it's transactional. You want to know why? Because a lot of women have gone through so much with men. I mean, women have been used, abused, manipulated, and so forth. So now women want something in return. I mean, what more? What do you expect? And especially with the younger ones, the younger women, oh, they are not having it. I don't know who taught them, but they are not having it. You got to come with the coins. Okay, could have been social media, I don't know, but you got to come with the coins. And guess what? Rightfully so. Enough is enough. You guys want to continue on manipulating women, manipulating your way into her panties to only give her bubble gum. No way. No way. Ladies, and I'll tell you this, the men who are willing to treat you right and the men who are coming correct, they're not on social media complaining. Get with a real one and drop the peons. It's as simple as that.
Men, if y'all know that y'all not financially stable with y'allselves, financially, mentally, whatever, do not talk to women, because every woman that you run into, they go on financial stability, and that's with anybody, any woman.
If you think that a man has to buy you dinner to be worth your time, you are entitled in my books.
You will never have to have this argument with a man who actually likes you. Like, we can do this thing where we all go back and forth on TikTok for days and days and days. But it's irrelevant because you will never have to have this argument with a man who actually likes you. A man who actually likes you is going to want to impress you. He's going to do nice things for you. He's going to buy you dinner. He's going to take you out. And I would bet money all of the men on this app saying, oh, a walk in the park is a date, a coffee is a date. If their celebrity crush sent them a DM and agreed to go on a date with them, they wouldn't be going 50-50. They wouldn't be going on walks in the park. They wouldn't be having coffee. They'd be taking them to the nicest restaurants. They'd be buying them dinner. It'd be no discussion, no conversation, no debate. You will never have to have this conversation with a man or about a man who actually likes you.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like right now, I'm actually going through some real life shit. Like, basically, I was doing some illegal shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of my funds right now is on hold.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? My bank account is frozen like completely right now. So I'm on a budget. I'm just balling on the budget right now, which is, no problem. Eventually I'm gonna get my money, but right now that's all I could afford. I'm being honest with you.
So how long are you in this situation for?
I mean, I'm not sure yet. They said it could be up to a year to 2 years.
A year, 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
What's wrong with that? What you mean, shit?
That's crazy. That's hella crazy.
What is that?
So you don't get like $200, $300 to spend on me?
I can't spend $200 or $300 right now just on dinner. That's not in my budget.
I mean, that's nothing.
I mean, but it's not in my budget is what I'm telling you. It's not in my budget. Do you have $200 or $300 that you can spend on a date?
I do.
I don't think you do.
But not in a nigga. Like, you
but
gotta.
What do you mean? But
they gotta spend it on me. You gotta spend it on me. You know.
But what do you mean? You're supposed to match what your person can. What can you bring to the table for a man? Let's talk about that.
I can bring a lot of shit to the
like
table.
What?
Myself.
That's not enough. What do you mean yourself?
Love.
Nah.
Attention. I don't know. You know. Just like what a female's supposed to do, just give you love. I feel like that's enough. A man is the one who's supposed to be taken care of, like.
So I'm supposed to take care of you, literally.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to pay your bills and all that.
All of that.
But you're not even my girl, so why would I do any of that?
But we're, working.
Exactly, working. We're not there. So that doesn't mean I'm going to pay your bills just because you look good and you have a nice personality. That makes no sense.
But that's how you build.
No, that's not how. How is that how you build?
You got to start spending on your
How
girl.
is that how you build?
Because.
Because what?
Because that's just how you get that girl's attention. You say you like me, right?
I do like you.
Okay, so you gotta basically show me you like me.
But how am I not? I'm telling you, we can go on a date. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with Applebee's? I feel like you being mad picky. Like, the fuck?
I don't do Applebee's. Like,
what do you mean?
Last time I did that, I was probably like 11. No, come on now. I know you got a little 100 in you, like.
Hey, but look, you're leading with your looks and you're not leading with yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's the issue. You think that just because you're pretty and that you have a nice personality that a nigga's supposed to drop a bag on you. A nigga gotta get to know you and see if you loyal, and then we can talk about spoiling. You ain't showing me none of that yet. You just saying, oh, I look good, you should do this. You a fucking gold digger.
Oh!
You are a fucking gold digger.
Oh, that's what I am?
You a fucking gold digger. That's what you is.
I call it having standards.
No, that's not standards. You need to go home and think about the fuck you did today. Get out my car.
This for the guys. Don't get it twisted. Some females don't care only about if you got money. You might not have nothing going on. Some females just really just like being around you. They want to help you. They want to take care of you. They want to cook and clean. They don't care about your money. Now, that ain't me. But they out there. Keep searching.
Black Ram 313 back at it again. You know why? Well, it's because this is therapeutic, man. Back again with another video, hence another therapy session, this time for Patreon exclusively. Thank you all for being strong supporting members of the page, man. Today's topic, some real shit. It's not for the weak at heart. Topic is why men who date are the real tricks. And this might hurt some feelings. You may disagree with me. But I guarantee you can't beat this logic that I'm about to drop on you like a bomb. And before we get into the video, let me say from the jump that all these bitches are hoes. The definition of a prostitute, a hoe, is a woman who has sex for money with different men. Also can be expanded to a woman who has sex with different men for pleasure. So let's get that out of the way. They are all whores. This goes for everybody. Mama, grandmama, auntie, cousin, sister. Give a fuck. A hoe is what a hoe does. If she slept with a bunch of men, she's a whore. If she's repented from sleep with a bunch of men, she's a former whore. But no matter how you go, a hoe is a hoe is a hoe. So, let's jump into this, man. But you know what? Before I say that, let me make this a little bit more clear. The typical woman is very promiscuous and thinks, acts, and behaves just like a prostitute. The typical woman wants a man for his money, just like a prostitute. So then what's the fucking difference between the average bitch and the prostitute? Nothing. Most women believe they should be paid in some way for sex. Therefore, whatever interaction you have with the average bitch, she wants you to trick in some way, shape, fashion, or form. I ain't say you got to do it. I'm saying this is the expectation. My premise is this. Men who date are tricking themselves. He's tricking himself in believing that he's not sitting in front of a prostitute. When a guy takes a woman on a date, he's trying hard to convince himself that by feeding her and showing her a nice time out on the town, that he's not sitting across from a prostitute. He's tricking himself by allowing her to trick him into thinking that in a Western world, you can meet a decent woman with integrity and great character who actually want to organically love a man and not use a man. The Western man, the dater, is being tricked and tricking himself, trying to believe that he can make a wife out of the average Western woman who's nothing but a whore. He's being tricked out of his time, money, energy, and resources. The real trick is the man who's taking her out to dinner, spending time with her to get to know her when there's nothing to know because she's the same hoe as the rest of them. Real tricks are the men who think they found something special in the average fee beast, when there's truly nothing special or unique about her. There are exceptions, but those exceptions are maybe 1 out of 100,000. Now, I did this before, but not in an official video. Let me do this breakdown. In this video, we're going to see who loses the most here. Who loses the most? Who takes the most risk? And who incurs the most losses dealing with these fee beasts out here? Dealing with these hoes out here. So here are the types of men dealing with these women today. Disclaimer. The black pill is real. And this discussion doesn't apply to men in who women find highly attractive, such as a muscular man over 6 feet tall, dark skin, handsome face, and all of that. Got a buddy of mine that I work with, and he's always telling me about all these chicks that be at him when he go to different spots. And he's like, man, you got to come out. You got to come out. I said, yeah, I'll come out and shoot my shot. That's no problem. But he act like there's this abundance of hoes out there that's all waiting to get smashed. I said, brother, check this out. You 6'4", you at the gym every day, cut the fuck up, you dark skin, got a job, and you know how to skate. Them hoes on you for that. I ain't saying that I can't holler at these hoes, and it's nothing to holler at these hoes. There's no accomplishment to holler at these hoes. But let's be honest, they make it easy for you because you're what some will call select. Just being real. Now, if you think I'm here to bullshit you, this ain't the channel, this ain't the Patreon page for you. I'm not here to bullshit nobody. Looks matter. So I'm not talking about the beyond average looking guy. I'm talking about the average guy, because above average looking guys have women literally throwing themselves at them. I've seen it with my own eyes. If you're not that guy, then 9 times out of 10, a bitch is going to want you to pay some way. So let's get into it. Here's the type of men that are dealing with women today. If you're dealing with women, you are going to fall in one of these categories some way, somehow, unless you are the so-called select guy. So here it is. Black Ram 313, you know, I have to have a list And the first type of guy I like to call the dater. Yeah, the dater. Every interaction or relationship with a woman begins in this vein, right? The dater, this is the guy who has to approach the chick. He has to be funny. He has to be persuasive. He has to be suited and booted. Haircut fresh. Shoes on point. Car looking nice. Car has to be clean. Car has to be no more than a few years old. Have to have your own place. And a popular vehicle, especially if the fee beast is above a 5 in looks. She does not want you driving a Chevy anything unless it's a Tahoe. You gotta drive something foreign like a BMW. Don't forget about the cologne, the jewelry, and the accessories, like the Gucci and Louis belt. This is what the modern chick is looking for in a man. Not to mention, the restaurant that you take her to must be top tier, expensive. And after the dinner, you must be creative and do something to entertain her. All of this is very expensive and time consuming. And if you lack any of these things, points will be deducted from you because as the dater, you are the real trick. You have to do all of these things just for a chance at her. And after the date, you will be assessed and judged upon how much you were able to impress her with your humor, originality, your creativity. All of this must be on full display when you take her on a date, and there's no guarantee of sex or relationship afterwards. It's just a competition as she critiques you and the guy before you and the guy after you that she's going on a date with. And remember, you're putting all of this work and energy out for a thought. A thought who will slept with men who didn't do any of these things that she expects you to do. How is such a man who dates not a fucking circus clown? A real trick. Dun, 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 dun. Put on a big ass red nose, you fucking clown. I ain't being disrespectful, man. I've been there too. Next up, the boyfriend. Supposing you graduated from the dating stage. The boyfriend. If you passed the date phase, now you move on to the boyfriend stage where the same dates are expected, but on a regular basis. You have to dress to impress. Have new and fitting clothes that are not cheap. Can't dress out of Old Navy and the Gap, bubba. She wants you wearing designer clothes and shoes and accessories. Again, the Gucci belt. You have to always make this good impression. You need some Louis Vuitton shoes, man. Your outfit at a minimum should cost you $1,000 from head to toe at a minimum. And with accessories like a nice belt and a watch, it might be more like $2,000. Again, the expensive cologne. You a man now, so you gotta keep wearing expensive cologne. At least $200 a bottle. The fresh haircut every time. Your car must be detailed. And again, like the dater, a decent model. Your car should cost at least $30,000 if she gonna be your girlfriend, right? Just like the dater. But add to this nice trips and vacations, gifts, romantic gestures. Also add long conversations, emotional support, and help with her bills if requested. You're paying for long-term use of the vag, a used one with high miles at that. The price of her blown-out vag is a full commitment that includes time, monogamy, and money. A high price to pay for a hoe. You hear me, man? The only difference between a street-walking prostitute and your girlfriend is that the hooker is cheaper, cleaner, and honest. Your girlfriend has been raw-dogged at every turn, lies to you constantly, and expects lots of money and energy from you. Keep in mind that most women at some point in their relationship will cheat on their boyfriend. And of course, it's his fault in some way. So more than likely, you're sharing the pussy with another guy. The boyfriend is tricked and is a real trick. Then he may go head on and graduate to the next level. That's right. Another graduation from the dater to the boyfriend, now the husband. And this is the worst of the worst, as he's the guy who gets the sloppy leftovers after she's been ran through by all of the alphas and thugs. You are expected to protect and provide with your life a used up hoe who is settling down with you, primarily for your financial security. Settling down, meaning that she's temporarily done with the carousel. Having had her fun sexually with multiple men throughout her lifetime, now you have to put a ring on it to get what is left on the bone after being devoured by many others. A ring and a commitment that was not necessary from all of the others. It's like standing in a long line with free milk being given out, but the milk has to be drunk right out the carton. And as man after man go up and drink this milk from this carton, the milk carton is now full of backwash from all of the men drinking out of this carton. And then when you get up there, the person who's giving you this milk carton says, hey, although all of these guys got to drink from free, and there's not much left but backwash in this milk carton, you now have to pay for it. Not only do you have to pay for it once, you have to pay for a subscription to the same bottle carton of milk for your lifetime. And by the way, this is the only milk that you get to drink. And the milk that you're drinking can decide to be drunken by another at any time. And if that happens, you still have to pay. Fucking disgusting. And that is basically what a husband is. A fucking disgusting, sick individual. A goddamn dummy. The husband has to so-called protect, provide, love, and care for a harlot. The husband is a trick because he has to pretend, in his mind at least, that the hoe belongs to him. This is a stupid position to be in, and is not beneficial for the man whatsoever. His continued protection and provision will cost him hundreds of thousands of dollars over a period of time. And keep in mind that in this time, he's paying for the same pussy that she let Thuggo and them blow out for absolutely free without commitment. And she did this at a time when she was at her youngest, when she was the prettiest and the vag was the tightest. But now you get her when she's older, not looking her best, and the pussy is loose. It's not like you're marrying a humble, submissive virgin who will remain faithful and loyal to you for the rest of her life. No, you're getting a hoe after she's done with her shift. You're not getting a servant whose goal is to satisfy you at every chance that she gets. No, you're getting an entitled hoe who thinks that it's all about her. And God forbid if you have to protect the harlot with your life. The hoe is worth less than a damn dog. But you're satisfied with licking her pussy after the end of her shift from hoeing all night and all week, all month and all year and all decade long. Ecclesiasticus 26 verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. King James Version. These hoes are all dogs, man. Remember, most women cheat. The marriage contract almost guarantees her infidelity as she gets bored with the relationship and wants new dick in her jaw. And this is what happens to the husband. A stupid motherfucker. Next up, we got a guy who thinks he's winning. We had the dater, we had the boyfriend, now we got the PIMP, the pimp who claims he's winning. The pimp who's so fucking great, right? Oh, if you a pimp, you winning with these hoes. Divorce your fucking ego, fellas. Leave that shit for another channel. Let's get into logic. Let's get into the real. This is the real pill. I'm not here to fucking bullshit you. You want to hear bullshit and ego shit? Go to those other fucking YouTube channels and Patreon pages. I'm here to spit the real to you. Everybody want to be a fucking pimp. And don't get me wrong. Pimps have hella game. But even a pimp is a fucking lame. Let's break this down. See, the pimp knows women well. The pimp knows that they all are hoes. He's gifted with the ability to game a bitch, to pull money out of her ass. This is brilliance and skillful. There is no denying this. Pimps have a mystique and a persona that intrigues everyone. As many question why and how he's able to take multiple women and have them put themselves at great risk, the risk of prostitution, and give the pimp not some but all of her money. This is the ultimate form of sacrifice for a bitch. The pimp is the main benefactor of this, but there's another side of the story. Now hear this. The pimp appears to be winning, and to a degree he is. However, you cannot discount the huge risk that he takes by being a pimp in the first place, as he takes care of his whores. He keeps them dressed. He takes care of them. He feeds them. He has to manage them. He has to do all of these things. Nothing in this world is free. And the pimp, even the pimp, still must provide a service for the prostitute. Provision and protection is what the pimp provides for her daily needs and necessity, as well as protecting her from the tricks out there and other pimps. Pimping ain't easy and pimping ain't free. But the biggest issue here is that the pimp risks his life and also his freedom. Remember, pimping is illegal. He's taking a huge risk by being a pimp. Oftentimes, the prostitute turns on the pimp. She snitches on her pimp. And the pimp can end up doing time and years in prison. So is the pimp really winning? Is the money really worth it? Is the pussy really worth it? Being a pimp is a powerful position, but it's still dangerous and a risky one. Is the pussy worth time in prison? Is the pussy worth having to fight for? Having to risk your life for? Is the pussy really worth it? Is the money really worth it? Again, being a pimp is a powerful position, but it's still dangerous and risky. The dater, the boyfriend, the husband, they're all losing. There are no winners here. It's just a question of the degree and the amount of what you lose dealing with the modern woman. Think about it. And this begs the question, how much are you willing to lose if you're going to deal with them? Which position would you rather be in? Would you rather be the dater, the boyfriend, the husband, the pimp, or the trick, which we'll examine next? So here we go. Number 5, the trick. Now, I'm not promoting you to be a trick, man. But we're just going to look at this with logic and common sense, and we're going to use our reasoning abilities, and we're going to take our egos out of it, and we're not going to sit here and worry about what other men might think of the term tricking or being a trick. I'm not saying being a trick is for you. I'm not saying you should. Whichever position you want to be in dealing with women is your choice. But don't think about these things worrying about what another man or someone else might think of the idea of tricking. That's weakness. Let's talk about these issues and critique these points that I'm making as I make these points using logic and wisdom, not ego. Now, the trick out of all the people on this list is the one that people think the lowest of. The trick is the one who's put down at every turn. On this list, the dater, the boyfriend, the husband, the pimp are all losing. But most people think that those guys are winning and that the trick is the real loser. And the reason is because of a perception. The perception that the trick has to spend money to get the woman in bed. And because of this, the trick is considered the biggest loser. But I want to challenge that notion. Let's examine if the trick actually is the biggest loser or not. No one is the winner. 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 No one is the winner.
No one is the winner.
No one is the winner. No one is the winner.
No one is the winner. But let's see if the trick is the biggest loser, or is he losing the least? All I'm asking for you to do is open your mind to what I'm about to say. For the trick just might be the smartest one out of all of these men in these situations. First off, when it comes to the trick, he's actually the only one on the list that knows the true value of the modern woman. Why? It's because he condenses her worth into a dollar amount that can be paid immediately for one-time access to the only thing she has of value, which is her pussy hole. Which he, the trick, understands that the value is temporary, just a nut. So he pays less than a fraction of what the dater, the boyfriend, the husband, and the pimp pays. Remember, although the pimp gets paid, he has to pay the hoes. He has to take care of them and take all of this risk. Nothing is free for a man in this world. But the trick understands that the value of the pussy is temporary, just a nut. And he pays in dollars less than the dater, the boyfriend, and the pimp. The trick is not trying to date the pussy hole. He's not trying to be the boyfriend. He's not trying to marry the pussy. He's not trying to pimp the pussy, which takes a form of commitment because you have to manage hoes. They're part of your team. No. The trick isn't doing any of those things. He spends the least amount of money out of them all. He's better than the dater because the guy who dates does not have a guarantee of access to the vag. But the dater spends the money to take the risk just for the possibility of sex. The boyfriend and the husband make commitments to the pussy, which over time costs way more money than it's actually worth, especially given the fact that the boyfriend and the husband will get cheated on and eventually left. The boyfriend and the husband will be stuck with nothing but his emotions that he continues to have for losing not only financially, but emotionally, mentally, and sometimes even spiritually to the hoe that he married. Again, the pimp has to take all kind of risks to maintain his relationship with the prostitute. The pimp has to manage her mind, her emotions, take care of her body. But the trick, all he has to do is pay one relatively small amount for a one-time access to the only thing she has of value. What are the risks for the trick? Well, depending on where you're at, it can be imprisonment, as prostitution in America is illegal. So that's a huge risk to take. And of course, that risk is not worth it. However, there are certain countries and certain states where prostitution is legal. In certain places where prosecution of prostitution is a rare occurrence, thus minimizing your risk of imprisonment and so forth. Then there's a risk of being robbed. And those risks can be minimized by knowing what you're doing and having street smarts and protecting your valuables. Now, depending on the circumstance, if we look closely and carefully at the trick, he spends no emotion, very little time. In fact, the smallest amount of time, spending only maybe hours instead of nights, weeks, months, years, as the date of the boyfriend and the husband and the pimp. And of course, obviously the trick is out of less money as well once again. When you consider everything, how is a trick not the best on the list as far as minimizing risk? The trick is the least invested. And that should be the standard when you deal with the modern woman, to invest less, to invest the least. I submit to you that out of this list, the trick is the smartest one of them all and takes the least amount of risk if he's spending money where it is legal for him to do so. And he's in control of the situation, meaning that he can't get robbed. It's all risky. Now, I'm not saying it's risk free, but the risk is far less. And of course, your peers will put down the trick. Of course, your buddies will put down the trick. But the trick doesn't get divorced, doesn't get broke up with, doesn't get snitched on and go to jail like the pimp. Again, divorce yourself from your ego and use logic. The trick is the most brilliant and smartest one of them all. I'm not telling you to do that. You may have a moral apprehension to pay for it. And as I said before, if you have a moral apprehension when it comes to tricking, paying a prostitute, just remember, if you're dealing with a woman that is not a virgin, she's a prostitute as well. So if you're not gonna fuck a hooker, you shouldn't fuck a regular woman, because a regular woman is just as much of a hoe as the street walking prostitute. So you have a dilemma on your hand. If it's wrong to fuck a hoe, it's wrong to fuck a so-called regular girl because they're one and the same. You got to deal with that. That's your battle, not mine. Again, a lot of us guys are still worried about what other guys think of them when it comes to tricking. You're not in elementary school. You're not in high school. Get over it, man. It shouldn't be that much of a concern where another man puts his dick in his money. And again, the real trick is the dater, the husband, the boyfriend, the pimp. The trick makes better choices than all of them because he understands the real worth of the bitch in front of him. You're worth a few minutes to an hour of pleasure. I'll pay you so you can get the fuck out of my way and I can go on to bigger and better things. The trick is not trying to be in love. He's not trying to date. He's not trying to marry. He's not trying to pimp on her. He's not trying to be emotional with her. He's simply there for the pleasure that she provides because she was born to give you that pleasure. The trick knows that in a world full of hoes, that this is the cheapest way to make the least amount of financial, emotional, and mental and time investment as possible. How the fuck is the trick not the smartest one on this list? Again, I ain't saying be a trick. Fuck these hoes, man. Again, I ain't saying be a trick. Fuck these hoes, man.
Again, I ain't saying be a trick. Fuck these hoes, man. Again, I ain't saying be a trick. Fuck these hoes, man.
Again, I ain't saying be a trick. Fuck these hoes, man. Again, I ain't saying be a trick. Fuck these hoes, man. Again, I ain't saying be a trick. Fuck these hoes, man.
Hell with these hoes, man. I'm just proving a point that cannot be disputed because I'm the best at this shit. Black Ram 313 can't beat me. Fuck no. And why am I the best at this shit? Because I can use logic and divorce my fucking ego because I don't give a shit what the next nigga thinks of me. I don't give a fuck what a nigga think. He ain't giving me no ass and I don't want none. I don't swing like that. I don't give a fuck what a bitch think because it's a bitch. Truly only the Most High can judge me. I don't give a fuck what a bitch or a nigga think about me. If I want to go out of the country and buy some pussy, that's what I'm going to do. And it don't make me less of a man if I do so. And if you say, hey, you know what? That's not for me, Ram. That don't make you more of a man than me. That's your principle. That's your mentality. That's your ideology. Stick with it. If you rather go on a date with a hoe, you rather be a whore's boyfriend, you rather pretend like the bitch you fucking with ain't a hoe, then go ahead. You're delusional as hell, but go ahead. If you want to love the hoe, you want to wife the hoe, you want her to spend a night with you, spend weeks with you, go ahead. As long as you know at the end of the day that it's still a hoe. You never forget that. The common denominator here, again, is that all the women that we deal with are whores. All have a body count. All of them want money from a man. So what's the fucking difference? You say it's nasty to fuck a hoe? Well, your girl is nasty too. You're more likely to catch an STD from your girlfriend than a prostitute because your hoe let niggas fuck her raw. And again, for those who are spiritual out there who say it's unlawful to fuck a hooker, show me a law in the Torah that says so. I admit it's not ideal. And it is nasty. But is it unlawful? You be the judge. And again, if it's unlawful to fuck a prostitute, then it's unlawful for you to fuck your wife, your woman, and your girlfriend because she has the same body count as a street walker. So is it unlawful for you to fuck your girl? When again, they are all whores. And I'm not saying that it is lawful or unlawful to fuck these hoes according to the scripture. I'm just saying that a street walking hooker is no different than a regular chick. The only difference may be the prostitute might be a little bit cleaner and more honest. But it's up to you to do your own research and draw your own conclusions. But again, I say to you that these women are all whores. So does it really matter how you get your hoe? If you want to date her, be its boyfriend, be its husband, be its pimp, does it really matter? All whores. And I will say that this matters. A hoe ain't worth shit. So you might want to pay her the least. Pay her the least in time, energy, effort, money, all of those things. And if you see the logic in that, then tell me how the trick isn't taking the least amount of risk, investing the least, and exposing himself to the least amount of drama and bullshit. Again, for the last time, I'm not telling you to be a trick. You're a grown man, you do what the fuck you want to do. All I'm saying is that the real trick just might be you if you're taking her on dates, pretending like the bitch in front of you is not a whore. Black Ram 313 for the Patreon page. I'm out.